So I scream out for you to rescue me. Hold me in your arms and turn my nightmares into dreams. Wipe my tears away.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Helping Hand Show. I'm the creator and writer of every episode of Helping Hand. Tonight's going to be a special show. We have a bunch of the actors on who are going to tell you about life, how they deal with life. Uh, my name is Joel Emil, and I'm a comedian. I love comedy. I love getting on stage and making people laugh. But I deal with depression. I remember being very young, and we had a pool in the yard, and I would swim through the ladders, the space between the ladders. And one year, I guess I got too heavy, and I got stuck, and I there was no one there, and I eventually went unconscious, and I floated to the top. And I think that may have been the start of me dealing with depression. I'm not sure, but I could be on an elevator crowded with people and feel very alone. The way I handle depression and the way I've always handled it is I write. I love to write, even if I write about nothing. Just writing and getting my mind to think about creative stuff and developing characters and developing a situation brings a smile to my face. And when that smile comes to my face, I feel better. I feel alive. But you say to yourself, "Boy, this he writes about comedy. He writes shows. He does comedy. He makes people laugh. But yet, he's depressed." Well, it's the way it is. The way my body, it's the way my mind reacts to life. Uh, I don't know. I know there's medicines and I know there's different things you can do to make yourself not being depressed. I know what helps me when I do feel where I want to get up and run out of my house and start walking around the block because I feel everything is closing in on me. I know once I start exercising, that helps me. And so this is how I struggle with my life, but this is also what makes me up. It makes who I am. No one's perfect. I'm not perfect. And life is just about survival. So here's a bunch of actors talking about their life. First is Kiana Charles.
Thank you, Joel. Um, I just want to I guess reiterate a little bit more about depression because yeah, that's something that I am experiencing. I'm starting to choose my words real strongly lately because I've learned that there's strength in words. Words create, and if I say I'm suffering, I'm a feel that at that moment. So I'm trying to say that I'm going through something. It's going through depression as well, with social anxieties. This is something for me now. Even talking about it, I was a veteran. I mean, I am a veteran of the United States Army. I did 10 years. I saw combat. I joined when I was 17. I actually joined for the sake of escaping the life that was home. Home was horrible. I was abused, suffered physical, uh, verbal, sexual abuse, all of that kind of stuff. And I joined the military with the thought, okay, I can escape that. And during the time that I was in the military, I did some programs, better opportunities for single soldiers. It's called BOSS. Whereas we were more or less an outreach trying to keep soldiers busy so that they don't sit in their barracks room drinking or committing suicide. And this was something we did in Korea. I was stationed in Korea, in Egypt. I did the OEF campaign for Afghanistan, Camp Anaconda. even to try to remember and say those words, it kind of does something to me because I experienced some things there. So PTSD is a real thing, and knowing the triggers is something else. And I just want to say that being on Helping Hands, being a character, being able to exercise some of that part of me, it is really therapeutic, and and I hope that it helps other people that goes through, things in life. And you just got to know how to, move on, forgive yourself, forgive others, and move on.
Thank you. The next actor is John Martin.
Hi, my name's John Martin. I'm actor, and mine's slightly different. I just want to talk about a teacher who gave me a helping hand and meant that I'm here now. Way back when I was 15, which, as you can tell, is a long, long time ago. That was in the what we used to call fourth form, but I think you call freshman year. I had a really, really bad stammer, couldn't finish a sentence. I'd been sent to see specialists, nothing really happened. And when it came to English, when we were studying Shakespeare, we had a teacher who he would play the record, he would then read it, and then the class would read it. But there were two of us, me included, who had a big cross next to our names, and we were never asked to read. Then in the sixth form, we had a lunatic teacher, Mr. Whiting, who came, who had this crazy idea that Shakespeare should be acted. And then we found ourselves in the school hall acting the opening scenes of Romeo and Juliet. Then he decided to get me to read in the Christmas Carol concert. And then after that, he then got me to enter a public speaking competition, which I won, much to the surprise of everyone else. And that has led to me now. I mean, Stephen Sondheim says that teaching is a sacred profession, and I agree wholeheartedly. And it just goes to show what a helping hand can do to somebody, and what you can do if you give somebody a helping hand. So thank you, Joel.
Thank you, John. Next person, actress up, is Ruby Sandy.
Hi, how are you? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. My name is Ruby Sandy, and I've been writing for quite some time. I have been an editor of some magazines, etc. But I wanted to try something new because, as Joel said, sometimes when you're a creative person, you can really get in a slump, maybe get a little depressed. But I'll say, how Helping Hand actually helped me was I saw an ad for voice actors. I've never done this before. I am kind of goofy. I like to make a lot of different voices and sing kind of crazy songs. But I saw an ad and it said they were looking for voice actors. So I said, let me just listen to this show. So I listened to the show, which, was murder, love, and comedy. I listened to it and I said, I think I want to do this. This looks like a bunch of people that are similar to how I am. They just want to try some things, be themselves, and are not afraid to show their goofy side or, their somber side. So I sent Joel an email and I said, I really would like to be on your show. When are you having auditions? And I was really bold in that because Joel actually had an ad and I needed to pay for the service that was running the ad. But I just said, I'm just going to take a chance and see if he calls me back. And he did. And we talked. It was good. He says, listen, I want you to be in the show soon. And I was like, look, I've never done this before. And so I did it. And he really got me to pull out my creative side and create these funny and sometimes strange characters. And I just want to say thanks because it gave me a new lease, something to do. And, maybe I can take this somewhere else. Maybe I don't have to just sit alone writing words and being isolated. Maybe I can do a little bit more with this. And I just wanted to say thanks to Joel and everybody on this fantastic crew for all the good times that we had. Thank you.
Thank you. Next actress is Shannon Lee. Shannon. Next actor is Ryan Evans.
Hey, I'm Ryan Evans, one of the actors here on Helping Hand, and really enjoy doing it. It's kind of gotten me to think a little straighter. Um, what I like most about it is I can see how it helps people, and I like to be a part of that. Um, I really enjoy personally helping out people that need it, and
That's Shauna Lee.
when, when you listen to
I actually I have
okay,
I actually have a story. I've always wanted to do acting and things like that, and just and even though I'm an extrovert, um, it's kind of like I just put it on the back burner because I was afraid for people to actually see me. So starting this show with you guys, it gave me an opportunity to still do some voice acting, and people don't have to see my face. I do think I'm pretty. It's not that, but
It's a
I
beautiful face.
actually,
Very beautiful.
um, thank you. I actually didn't. I didn't feel comfortable acting in front of people. So the radio was a good way for me to be behind the scenes. So it actually helps with boosting my self confidence. And this is a hobby that I would like to actually take and pursue into an actual career, doing investigative journalism, those types of things. I just recently graduated from college after a very long time. And so now the show has given me the opportunity to kind of like, put myself a little bit out there. And I'm grateful for the opportunity and hope that I'll have more opportunities to come. And thank you for listening.
Thank you so
And I
much.
hope that this inspires someone out there that is struggling with, maybe fear of doing things. Um, you're welcome.
The next actor is Ryan Evans.
hey, it's me again. Yeah, like well, kind of got derailed there a little bit. Like I was saying, I enjoy helping people, and personally, I see how the show would help people. One episode in particular about a bully who was acting out, probably just because their father was a major alcoholic. It kind of hit me a little hard. I dealt with a little issues with alcohol here and there, and it made me think from a different perspective of how other people kind of view that and see where you're going wrong, and I don't mind having that pointed out to me once in a while because sometimes you need a little help. And yeah, I love doing the show. It's a dream of mine to be a voice actor, and hopefully get some traction. Sky's the limit. It's about it, man. Thank you.
Thank you, Ryan. Next actress is Jen.
Hi, everybody. My name is Jen Service. This show has helped me out a lot for two reasons. Number one, I am extremely introverted. I am an actor and I was also a voiceover actor. By Joel taking an opportunity and a chance with me, he actually allowed me to be creative with, creating different types of characters, things that I never even thought about doing in my life. At first, I was a little anxious and even probably a little rebellious. I fought with him a little bit on that, but then after a while, that's what acting is all about. Getting out of your shell, creating that character, and then being able to bring that to life. Maybe making it a little bit relatable, and things of that nature. Also, I was homeless several years ago, and I know that we did a story about that, I think a few weeks ago, 2 or 3 weeks ago. Really did hit home with me. I guess, no pun intended. I don't know. But with that being said, I was able to kind of resonate with the character that had a backstory. People are not just homeless just because, something had to happen. And even within reading that script, and just knowing that at the end of the show, someone was willing to help out. It kind of given me a new light on, yeah, this is where I came from, but this isn't my end story. Thank you for giving me a platform and an opportunity to work with some lovely people. Thank you.
Thank you, Jen. Next actress is Karen.
Hi, everyone. Karen here. So I am a helper by nature and by profession. I'm actually a therapist. So I was very interested when I found out about the Helping Hands show because it's, near and dear to my heart. And so I enjoy it for that reason, because I like to help others. But I also like it because it's helped me to feel connected. I don't know if anyone here on the show or out in the airwaves can relate to this, but especially in the last 4 years, I feel like I've become very disconnected from a lot of people in my life. I've felt very isolated, lonely at times. And so this is another way to connect both with the other actors on the show and indirectly with the people, who are listening. I also have, I'm a person who got into social work / therapy because I wanted to help others because I've had my own issues. I am in recovery for 26 years and, I still attend sometimes AA, and it's really about one person helping another. That's really how that program works. It's one alcoholic helping another. And so, I strongly believe in the idea of, just connecting with people is so positive. We are social creatures at the end of the day. We need connection with humans. So that's my story.
Thank you.
Sure.
Next actor is always the narrator of Helping Hand, Mr. John.
Hi there, I'm John Thielon, and yes, I typically on Helping Hand am your host and narrator. I've been doing voice work for decades. Everything from, let me tell you, Rodney Dangerfield to Homer J. Simpson. But Helping Hand is not about getting my voice work off. It's about hosting a good show that resonates with a lot of folks. We always lock it out, or I always lock it out as the host and narrator with the line, "Don't give up, keep the faith, don't give up. Your opportunity and for success is closer than you think." A quick story comes to mind that I heard a gentleman who I know is a hiker out in the Rocky Mountain areas. And, he decided he was going to have a challenge one day, take a hike up a side of a mountain that was a 3-hour minimum, 3-hour hike. And, he's going up the mountain and he's going up the mountain and the air's getting thinner. And he's been at it for about an hour and a half, 2 hours, and he's just going. And all of a sudden, he's extremely tired. He's winded because the air is thin. So he sits down and he's literally catching his breath halfway bent over, thinking to himself, gee, if I've only been going for about an hour and a half, not quite 2 hours, I still have almost an hour and a half to go. I'm not going to make it. Just then, an older guy, some white-haired fellow who was arguably 25 years older or more than my acquaintance, goes by, sees my buddy, gasping for air a little bit, and he says, "Keep going. You're closer than you think." Okay, so reluctantly he got up, went around the curve of this pathway, and sure enough, within 10 minutes, he had reached the end of the summit, or the trail rather, that got to the summit of the trail. Again, don't give up. That's the helping hand message. That's the helping hand at each and every show that I give to you, the listener. Don't give up. Keep the faith. Your opportunity or your opportunity for success is closer than you think.
Thank you, John. Well, the thing I can leave you with, being the creator of Helping Hand and having to write a new episode every week, bringing characters in, and having the show leave a message. I'm not trying to lecture you like we're in a classroom, but I'm trying to talk to you like a friend through characters coming together in a story. Well, the one thing that I've learned is no matter what your problem in life is, talk about it. Talk to a friend, talk to a family member, even talk to a stranger. Talk to someone because talking to someone, it helps. So I just want to say to all listeners, thank you for watching and listening to our show. We love you. The Helping Hand community loves you all. Thank you so much. Bye bye.